Good morning. It is 5 a.m. Monday here in Manila. I'm Raine Musngi with your first look at the news. The Commission on Election warns an extension of voter registration, which ended last week, will derail their calendar for next year's elections. But the poll body says the decision is up to the Supreme Court. President Aquino and global leaders and ministers arrive in Laos Sunday on the eve of the three-day summit of the 46-country Asia-Europe meeting in the capital Vientiane. They are attending the summit against the backdrop of continuing economic problems in Europe, which are expected to dominate the talks. Aquino hopes to raise overlapping claims to the West Philippine Sea and hold bilateral meetings with the leaders of the European Union, Poland, Switzerland, Norway, and Italy during the ASEM. One of the trains of the Metro Rail Transit catches fire while shuttling passengers over the weekend. Preliminary investigations show the fire was caused by a short circuit in one of the train's traction motors. The Bureau of Fire Inspection is set to conduct its own investigation, but the MRT management made assurances that their trains are safe. Overseas, the race between U.S. President Barack Obama and Republican challenger Mitt Romney remains in a dead heat ahead of Tuesday's election. A Reuters Ipsos daily tracking poll released Sunday shows 48% said they would vote for Democrat Obama, while 47% sided with the former Massachusetts governor. Let's review the markets from last week. Global stocks and crude oil retreated Friday, even as a U.S. employment report for October surpassed expectations. Investors are looking beyond next week's U.S. presidential elections. Strategists have said the market's pattern of late also suggests status quo, an Obama win. But Reuters reports there's a conventional line that says a victory by longtime businessman Romney would be better for the equity market. That's given his predilection for fewer regulations and lower corporate tax rates. Still, any move in the market, no matter the outcome, is likely to be limited. Till last Friday, Asian stock markets advanced as a batch of upbeat economic data from the U.S. and China, and overnight gains from Wall Street bolstered investor sentiment. Stocks in Tokyo logged triple-digit gains Friday following the positive news. The benchmark Nikkei index closed about 1.31%. Hong Kong shares opened up sharply higher early Friday. The benchmark Hang Seng index advanced 1.12%. In the United States, tens of thousands of people affected by Superstorm Sandy could soon need housing as cold weather descends on the state of New York. Governor Andrew Cuomo said Sunday fuel shortages are improving, but problems will persist for a number of days. In Japan, thousands of people protest against American deployment of Osprey military aircraft on a southern Japanese island amid escalating anti-U.S. military sentiment following recent crimes. Chinese leaders decide to formally expel disgraced politician Bo Xilai from the Communist Party Sunday at the end of a four-day closed-door conclave. The senior party officials ratified an earlier decision to expel Bo, former Chongqing partner boss, as well as one-time railway minister Liu Jin-chun for serious disciplinary violations. In sports, the Philippine Volcanoes earns the last spot in the 2013 Rugby World Cup Sevens to be held in Moscow. The Philippine team booked a seat after defeating South Korea 22-19 in the Asian Sevens Series in Singapore. Well, international beauties arrive here over the weekend. Over 80 representatives from various countries will be vying for the Miss Earth 2012 pageant. The third largest beauty contest will culminate November 25th. And finally, Filipino transgender Kevin Balot is crowned Miss International Queen 2012 in Pattaya, Thailand. Aside from the crown, the 21-year-old Pinoy also won $10,000 and other prizes. And that was your first look at the top stories this Monday, the 5th of November 2012. I'm Raine Musngi. Thank you for staying ahead with ANC, and have a great week ahead.